Wake up, sleepyhead. Bedtime's over. What happened? Do you know where you are?
Как это называется, типа залога. Баня, короче, стоит баня отдельно 5000 безлимит в сутки. Все есть там. Есть правда? Я как есть у него. Ну, вот это ты. Готово. Есть эти фотографии. Об этом офигенно. Смотри, там понтоны стоят, там прям столик можешь прямо там жарить. сказать, я
Are. Who you are. Do you remember anything? Please. What next? You can ask me about my name and role on this mission? Of course I remember. I mean, up to a point. Oh, shit. Oh, my chest. Careful. You took a heavy blow there. Yeah, I remember the technician. But why? Did he attack me? Yes. Apparently, some of us were unable to come to terms with your decisions. Looks like they'd been planning this for some time. Repairing the tour vehicle while you weren't watching. Filling it up with stolen supplies. And then, when the time came, the technician just knocked you down. And they took off into the desert. Took off?
Офигеть, это
With our
что такое?
supplies, and you just stood and watched? No, I was busy. That blow caught you off balance. You fell and punctured your helmet. You were suffocated. Luckily, we had some Madrigal in the med bay. Well, at least I thought that would work. But after the injection, you just turned blue and started shaking all over. Of course I did. I'm allergic to Adrical. Yes, well, I know that now. Wait. How did you find out? From someone who knows you best. I called Lena. Of course, it would have been much quicker if the botanist had told me. Me. But I guess he was too busy despairing about our situation in his cabin. You talked to Lena? Yes. Fortunately, all of this happened before we got lost and communications died. Did you tell her about everything that happened here? Why shouldn't I? She wanted to know what's going on, and you were flatlining. There was no time for playing kiddie games. Shit. Yes. Well, I hope you also heard the important part of my story. It happened before we got lost. We're lost? The navigation system's down. The storm is everywhere. We've been circling blindly for days. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but frankly, the base is close to breaking down. The storm's been putting it under a lot of pressure, and supplies are at a critical level. It's been quite intense. to you and abandon my lab. But if you're asking me, well, we've been doing what we could. With all the time we've lost, I'd say we're one mistake away. We need to stop drifting aimlessly, pick a direction, and this time, I'm glad. Oh, well, tabula rasa. While I was busy tending to you, he missed. So, don't be surprised to find him rummaging for food in the kitchen. He's a little like everything in the. Okay, I was hoping things would change, but I suppose. And I was not so eager to step up now when things have. You're the one who's. Bullet? I didn't want to stress you immediately. Some messages in the comms room from before. Okay, just.
Ё-моё, это что вообще тут происходит? Раф убежал, шахтер и механик. Ой. Да.
This is a message for Jan Dolsky, corporate ID 4672B. My name is Agatha Wilson, and I am the Chief Operating Officer at Ally Corp, your employer. I have received some very unfortunate news about your mission. I do hope you realize it is vital that we speak without delay, so as to clear up any possible misunderstandings. Otherwise, the board will have to qualify your actions as purposefully subversive. I cannot keep them hoping it is not the case for much longer. Please don't let me down, and get back to me immediately.
What the fuck, Jan? What the They know everything. But I thought we were... That is some deep, deep shit you got Maxwell into. Do you even realize what you've done? Stabbing him in the back like that? Without any warning after everything he's done for you? Me? This is my last call. They've decided to cut me off. I won't be able to talk to anyone, do anything. Not until someone comes for me. All I do is sit here in this tin can and wait. Well done, bro. You know, I thought you'd have the guts to face me, but no. At least... I hope at least you don't fuck things up with Rubidium. And that you bring enough for those bastards to share with others. But maybe I'm naive to think you care about such things.
Jan, I called and... shit. One of those altars of yours picked up. I know you're recovering from a fight or something? I don't know much. Look, I know I promised to keep your altars. Dr. Paulson, the colleague I told you, was helping me out with it, and he convinced me that it would be out there. It might seem like you're making the right decision. Is it true that some of them went rogue and sabotaged your mission? Maybe curing them was not such a good idea after all.
Find me when you're done with those calls. Looks like the mess is bigger than I thought. Yes, we've waited long enough for you to come to, but we need decision. What's the plan? Plan is simple. I never thought I'd say it, but I miss the technician. He knew that navigation system. He kept shouting. I failed him, and now's not the time for regret, and it needs to be right. We can't afford it. This is not a joke. The mission, Rapidium, you've decided to trust the corporation. We implanted their tech in our head. Losing a part, I'd hate to know it was all. I did what I thought was right. Using tabula rasa was, but it looks like doing right by your conscience. I'm sorry. As your captain, no need to blame yourself. Apparently there was... What do you... Just take a look at the branchings available in the QC. You can find all sorts, but a captain? No. It was never possible. You're right. It's... this... What? That code we got from Maxwell to upgrade the QC. He and Lucas used the mind records in a completely different way. To manipulate the consciousness of an existing person. You're not really thinking we should try and repeat that. Oh, I agree it could be dangerous, but well, you said it yourself. There might not be another way. Fine. What's the plan? Just go into the womb, I'll plug you in, load Maxwell. Testing on production? I had to say goodbye to my standards. Hello. Do you know who you are? Your name? Do you know? Yeah. Yeah. This'll be fun. It's a relief to see. Cool, bud. Nothing's working. Why are we? So, and you're awake. You'd better think of something.
Так, ну входим в чрево. Экспериментируем.
All right. I'm activating the procedure. Any last words? Yeah. Is it okay to have second thoughts about... Alrighty. My
Себе это что такое?
Is it over? Hello? Anybody here? The base has stopped. I should check outside.
Ё-моё.
Ah, shit. We're still in the storm. What the hell?
Интерлюдия. Все, гонки начались.
Hey, someone's there. Wait. Am I losing my mind? Damn it. What was that? Hey, is that a baby? What's going on here? I recognize this.
Это его детство. И его жизнь. Да, юность его, школьные годы.
You're no good. I hear that? No good! What? No Mom. No matter what I do, you're gone. Maybe you should have run faster. What the hell? Who are you? What are you doing here? I am you, Jan. Just different. Am I? No, you're just lost in the desert, remember? This is not real. Why would you think it's not happening? Your mind is here. Isn't that real enough? The better question is, why are you here? I wanted to change things. Become a better man. Someone who knows what to do. A better man. You can't just start being someone else all of a sudden. Didn't Pops teach you that? I'm not my father. Maybe not. But aren't you doing what he did all his life? Waiting for a miracle to happen and change everything. That's not true. I wasn't waiting for anything. I took matters into my own hands. Do you really believe that? What if deciding, making choices was... It's crossed your mind, hasn't it? Does it really matter what I do, where I go, what I say? Am I the captain of my ship, or does it take its own course regardless of what I do? You're wrong. I create my future.
Hey,
Why are you
why are
doing
you
that?
doing that?
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
But you haven't been listening carefully. It breaks my heart to see you so absorbed in that whole using your altars to revisit problems you couldn't solve. You've been very busy. But still, instead of moving forward, you end up here, stuck in your past. How is that?
I know now that I could have been there for her. If I had taken a different path.
She's gone, Jan. She always was. There was never anything you could have done.
Where's he gone? Oh, this is crazy. Is that you?
Was a mistake. Why didn't you fight for us? We weren't meant for each other. I tried.
Together. You wait for us. You wasted the best years.
What is going on with me?
We were so good together.
It's over.
Why didn't
Lena.
we stay together? I tried. It's over.
Don't go. Wait.
I guess you two just weren't meant to be together.
You again? Come here to make fun.
Not my fault you're caught up in that big round base.
I can still fit.
And what are you doing on the wrong side of a precipice? Can't her parents were mad at her when she dumped that law student for you. The unemployed miner's son with no... And you wanted to impress them with what? Is that why you were so afraid of losing that house and going abroad with her? Because you knew her parents wouldn't risk. Just look at your altars. Don't you think...
She fell in love with the person I was.
Love. Can you even tell? How many times did you wonder that maybe a version of you who actually deserved to live, to be loved? Because he always knew what to do, because he never made mistakes. Maybe that way he was
What a ridiculous thought.
no more ridiculous than the other thoughts you've had about yourself. I'm just saying what you're thinking.
Hey! Please, don't go! What the fuck? No! Where are you going?
Охренеть, что происходит вообще?
Hey, you.
Such a loser! You can do it! You're not cut out to be a leader! Stay focused now! Don't quit now! We believe! Run faster!
I'm suffocating! I need air! Help! God, help me! I'm suffocating! I need air! Help!
Help me!
I'm suffocating!
Help!
I need air!
God, please! Help! God! Help me! Help! God, please! This is your captain! Open the door! Please! Don't let me die!
I'm sorry, Captain. I can't. I can't help you. I'm sorry.
They were dead before you got to them.
Why did I survive and not any one of them?
Someone had.
All this time and
I'm sure you have some smart theories up your sleeve.
maybe Maxwell did it. He's got...
And why would he kill everybody but you?
Maybe he knew there was rubidium here. And he wanted someone to get stranded with it. To have no choice but to make their altars. And I was the best choice because he thought...
Really? You see, the answers were always there.
What answer?
You know there was an oxygen leak during the landing. And you also know what the quantum computer is, how it operates, what its main purpose is.
To optimize...
That's right. Its role is to ensure the success. And it looks like in the face of an emergency, it had to do just that. There was only enough oxygen for one person to survive. And the QC had to calculate the probability, as it always does, who should receive that life-saving breath. No judgment, no reading tea leaves, just pure data analysis to give the answer to one simple question. Who had the biggest chances of completing the mission?
And it was...
Yes. The math pointed to you.
How do you know all this?
Because you know it. You always did. But you were so focused on your mistakes.
I was busy making tough and figuring out how to avoid bad choices.
What is a bad choice, really? You feel you could have made a lot of different decisions in your life, but without those choices, good or bad, you wouldn't be who you are. The person with the best chance to pull it off. Maybe it's not you who needs to change. Mistakes can have good consequences too, you know.
And they're not mistakes anymore. Still.
Conflicts can open new, find and follow your... You spent a lot of time on this planet escaping the sun, facing the darkness. Maybe it's time you started looking through the darkness and notice the light.
Light? What light? Hey,
It does. And you're cognizant. You've been shaking on that bed for an hour. I was honestly worried about the choice of settings I applied in that program. No. So, did it work? Yeah, to be honest. Just. So? No, not like you. It's called... So, my subconscious told me that it was... I'm sure it was. Did your subconscious by any chance mention how we could get out of here? Yeah, the rebels. If there's anybody who can make it through this storm, it's the technician. Well, that vehicle is definitely more... He said something about... That make any... The light? Seriously? We risk everything. Doesn't the tour emit any light? Probably. But in case you haven't noticed, there's a sandstorm raging outside. We'd never be able to see anything, even if we had the most high-end... Wait a minute. What? Tell me. Low-frequency electromagnetic waves detection. Oh, now you're confusing me. That could be it. Yeah, the navigation system. It can be switched into an auxiliary mode, tracing any interferences in electromagnetic wavelength. And that means if there was a source of artificial light somewhere nearby, the sensors could be able to locate it. And follow it. Right. If the technician really did find a way through the storm, and the tour vehicle... You never doubted that, did you? Out of the storm. I don't want to be disproportionately enthusiastic, but it seems like our idea worked. Our idea? Yes. We brainstormed, didn't we? Sure. Shouldn't it be here? The exploration vehicle? We're close to the rendezvous point. It can't be far. So, I'm pretty excited. Going back to Earth, we're so close. I should look for the rebels. Hello?
Yeah, you're alive now. Let's get you...
But I'm back online. Are you...
Yes, I am. Dr. Maxwell will not be a problem anymore.
What?
Mr. Pena displayed a reprehensible lack of loyalty to his employer, and he will suffer the consequences. For the time being, we've cut all communication. Of course, he'd been Maxwell's close associate for a long time. We could have predicted that if one goes astray, the other would follow. In a way, I can imagine how dealing with both of them might have had a seductive effect on you. But personally, I have to say, it breaks my heart that you let them pull you into that lunacy.
Maxwell saved my life. And without his help, there'd be no
Let's leave those explanations, feasible or not, for later. The details of your mission... You should know, however, that Dr. Maxwell was trying to use you and the success of...
Really? Or maybe it was simply...
No, of course. He probably presented himself to you as a benevolent protector of humans. I'm sure he never told you the truth about why we shut down his hideous experiments.
He and Lucas shared...
Let me guess. Was it a heart-wrenching tale? It's not a version. It's what actually happened. Of course, the details of the case have never been disclosed to the public. No wonder.
So...
One of Maxwell's test subjects, a soldier, ran away from his lab and committed suicide in one of our offices. Although the word suicide, he basically ripped himself to pieces with his bare hands.
What?
Exactly. Why? Turns out there was a lot going on in He altered people's minds as if they were machines. Made them switch personalities. Enforced it every time. The procedure left a trace in those soldiers' minds. His documentation revealed horrendous things. Records of overlapping flashes from contradictory reality. He kept the truth hidden so that he could continue his work, no matter what the cost.
Wait, so... Shouldn't he have faced trial?
Of course he should, in a perfect world. But when the stakes are high, nothing's simple, Jan. If you've spent years, trust me, the situation was handled with utmost delicacy. The veterans were...
Maxwell got him up...
Apparently that was not enough to contain him. Given the first chance, he decided to resurrect his project.
Maybe if he had Rapidium, he could avoid harm. He wanted to carry out his experiments by creating alters.
So that it is a prohibited act. But I know you were coaxed to do it. And whatever your true motive, that's why I am giving you a chance to redeem your... From now on, you're to follow my instructions closely. Do we have a...
Just...
Of course. 1. Construct a beacon for the rescue ship, so that they can locate you precisely.
And 2?
2 is a little... You see, the rescue team cannot...
What?
For safety reasons. You know how it is. The more pairs of... And if the public is to be informed about this byproduct of your mission, it is best that it happens by means... It's enough that your ex-wife knows. And now, also...
Paulson.
One of our top bioengineers. Don't ask me how Lena managed to get him involved in curing those creations of yours.
I never asked for that.
Don't worry. We'll keep them both out of the way during your trial. But trust me, it's better for everyone if no more people find out. So, you'll have to smuggle your alters onto the ship somehow.
How am I supposed to do that?
Remember, the rescue team will be They do not expect to find anyone other than you. So all you need to do is fail to fulfill those conditions and... I cannot get...
Serious?
I've received information about the time of the rescue ship's arrival. So, it will need to be a swift and well-organized boarding procedure. I'll contact you again. Start with setting up that beacon. And let's make...
Who knows where they went?
John, I noticed that we're running low on repair kits. My stuff landed here. Logs are shaped like trees. What are they really? that light. I need to get there.
Don't you think we're running a bit low on food? I'd like to talk to you. We're going back home soon. And we're all heading back to the... At least that's what... Hey, It's the imp. You wanted to talk? Yeah. I've been thinking about all. And there's one thing that could help me. My tattoo. Remember? First thing I noticed when I woke up. Man, I'd love to get me. I mean, I'm used. Come on, Jan. It was part of. What was it? Sisyphus. I can see why you identified with him. Being a medical aid worker and a. I did. You see, my life took the. For some time, I felt I was making a great effort rolling. When suddenly, something. Damn. You say I should be proud of saving. What if I told you there was nothing? What do you. One day, out of the blue, Dad just appeared in my office. Turned out Mom wasn't feeling well. And since there was. You know our parents couldn't afford private health insurance. And going through the public system would. Seems like a sound request. Yeah, but I didn't become a doctor to make my parents happy. I wanted to follow Edgar's suit. Be true to his. I was working for a community hospital. And I promised myself to be humble. But I failed. Are you out of your mind? When someone ODs in front of you, and you give them a shot of naloxone on time, that's when you save their life. The doctors who treated her saved her life. All I did was go to dinners and play a few rounds of golf with people whose work ethic I despised. Of course, I was glad she lived, but still, that's why you went away to the other side of the world? I was confused, but she was the head of the chair. Long story short, I ended up destroying a family and blowing. Nobody's perfect. Imagine carrying all that guilt inside of you. Just. So, you think you could help? It's your. Oh. The one who. I'm not a professional artist, but I wasn't bad at. Or maybe the others have more. I was wondering, aren't we We are. It seems to be close by. So. Fine. I'll take a look. Good. We don't really know. Lord, you don't mean. Look, it's the technician we're talking about. Whatever survival strategy he's boiled. The only way to guarantee. Maybe they. So, you think you could help? It's to portray the Greek hero Sisyphus. You've come. I took an art course. I think I should be able to. But of course, if.